Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We will be running the last 3 sections of the Fear Tower as promised. And again, before I do that, just want to say apologies again. I know I had to get some early footage for you guys on the Friday, and we didn't get a chance to do the commentary because we were at a ball tournament. And just trying to do a little bit of damage control, I guess. Let's call it damage control because it sounds cool. But anyways, so this last 3 sections, we were able to kind of get it done here. I may run it again to see if there's any type of variations with regards to cell number 8. We did unfortunately have to use Professor Xavier and Phoenix Force, and those are not very free-to-play friendly teams, but it is a very punishing tower. And I think they've designed it that way because basically it's really testing. It's a roster check. In a nutshell, it's a roster check, and it's really forcing players to basically be the end game of end games. And I understand it. This is going to be an arena meta king character, so I understand they're trying to gate check it and gear check it. So totally understandable. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can maybe mess around here with some different variations. But yeah, cell number 8. You are able to use Immortal X-Men if you don't have Professor Xavier. People have confirmed for me that it does work, so I may run it again, and I may just try some other combinations out just for fun. But if you don't, if you don't want to use your Immortals here, you can use the Immortals in the next section, which is kind of the important one. But if you have Phoenix Force will get through it. Professor X just made it a lot smoother. These guys hit hard. Like, honestly, even with Professor X, I feel like it was still quite a challenge. And obviously, Professor X is Professor X. But anyways, so let's quickly get into the roster check here. Phoenix Force, basically all these entire characters for cell number 8 is G20. Level 105, everybody is maxed out. The only person I have that isn't 105 is Professor X. He is level 110 for obvious reasons. He's also 7 red, thanks to the Terra credits. He also has his X Heist event as well, so make sure you guys are blitzing with him to get the stars. Omega Red, 105, G20 as well. Got some ads here from Kite, it looks like. We have Magneto Phoenix Force again, 5 red, 105, G20. And finally, our Apocalypse, 105, G20, all that good stuff. Everybody's tiered, everybody's geared. Pretty much the only thing they're missing is levels. The next team here is kind of the complete polar opposite. So it really shows you just how powerful these guys are in Cosmic Crucible. All 5 characters are G19, level 105. So you can kind of see there on their circles, they only have the 1 single ring compared to the previous team where they have the double rings for the gear 20. And of course as well, we do have all the T4s because I have everything maxed out usually. Beast, we've got as a healer to help with the sustain. Storm, we've got her as a striker. Also because we need her to maximize damage. We've got Rachel here as a healer. we need healers because you'll see here that these guys hit hard, so we need the healer ISO 8s. It may work without it. I like the healer ISO 8. It gives me a little bit of comfort knowing that they get more heals. Oh, it does look like I have 1 T4 here that's not maxed out, and which is fine. But yeah, you guys will see here I have like 18,000 T4s. That's the reason why we just T4 everything usually. But we'll leave that blank here for that reason, so we can know how many T4 numbers we have. G19, level 105. And finally, Jean Grey, also healer ISO 8. G19, 105. Nothing more, nothing less. Finally, we finish off the, it's kind of funny. We go from smallest to biggest, I guess. So the final team we use is basically the smallest team. And you'll see here that both our Storm Mighty and our Wolverine are G20 with Angel as well. Angel, we have to G20 him because he's so darn small. We're slowly getting shards on him through the Terror Store, but it's not fast enough. So can't wait to get him up to 3-star, maybe a 4-star. G20, level 105. Storm is our other character that's level 110. So keep in mind, in the entire run that I do here for the Fear Tower, basically the only 2 characters I have that are 110 is Storm and Professor X. So it kind of shows you just how powerful these mutant sections are, and that's why we kind of need some of these extra levels here. Storm, initially I had her 110 because we were running the Surfer Breaker Scourge, and she was only like a 2-star, so I had to bring her up to 110 for stats. And again, I'm doing the same thing with Angel here. So anyways, Wolverine, we got him free from the Best Buddies, so no surprises. G20, 105. Looks like he also has a T4 that I didn't T4, funny enough. Jubilee, level 105, tier 19. Do not bring her up to 20. It is a huge expensive cost of waste. Yeah, you're better off bringing better characters, honestly. Bring one of the other ones up to G20 if you can. Don't waste it on Jubilee. Nightcrawler, my god, I should just bring him to the G20. He's done so much for us in these last few events. Amazing character. 3 diamonds. I wish I had more diamonds on him. I cannot say enough good things about him. Even on my baby account, I love using Nightcrawler in the arena shards. He just absolutely wrecks. So anyways, G19, 105. That's the roster. So if this works, if you guys have better characters than me, if you got higher levels, great. You're going to have an easier time. More stats, more damage, all that good stuff. Other than that, let's quickly jump into the gameplay. Okay, so as I said, this is probably the easiest section here out of the Mutants because of the fact that we have access to basically all our Omega level characters, mythics, you name it. Actually, even Apocalypse, he doesn't really do anything here. He kind of just melts. But anyways, so you guys will see here that yeah, we basically yeah, see, Apocalypse just dies instantly, and absolutely bonkers. It is just a crazy strong node. But yeah, we will actually we'll just kind of run with it here, and you guys will see here that, yeah, like I said, we do the special here. That kills off basically Super Skrull. You kind of need to kill him there. Honestly, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy how the Phoenix Force, like I said, I'm going to run it again, and I'm going to see there's some different compositions we can try here. But my goodness gracious, they were not, they were very direct with us here. This is clearly a massive gear check and a character check. And luckily for us, yeah, like I said, we do have our access to Magneto and Professor Xavier, and if not for these 2 characters, we would probably definitely for sure not be able to make this look so easy. So we basically just wait until we get to Professor X's turn. Jean is massive enough, at least, that she kind of survives a little bit, which is good. So she does survive. And then, yeah, Professor X, he's going to do his ultimate right here. This is going to just shred everybody up to heck. And then, yeah, Jean should get her turn, use the special. That's going to drop everybody else down. And luckily, we only get you know, wrecking. Absorbing Man. Excuse me, wrecking. I was gonna say wrecking crew, but we get Absorbing Man and we get Doom dropping. But they're outclassed, and obviously, you know, these are old characters, old stats. But nonetheless, we are able to get it done here. And then Phoenix brings back Omega Red as well, which is great. So that is cell number 8. Pretty fairly quickly in a nutshell. And yeah, we'll jump into 9 here as well. Here, like I said, this is where this requires a little bit of strategic positioning, a little bit of luck as well. And on top of that, yeah, if you have higher immortal weapons, definitely for sure it's going to help having a bigger one. This is a clear stat check here as well. And I was very stubborn with keeping them 105 tier 19. But if you have some G20s on some of them, if you have some level 110s or even 106 or 108s, probably going to make it easy, a little easier for you guys. I had to stun a whole bunch of different characters to get this to work right. So I figured out that the key to this entire strategy is you got to stun Sentry. The moment Sentry takes a turn, he always kills one of my characters because they're so weak. So right off the bat here, you'll see here, Damon's going to do a bomb burst. So hopefully that doesn't kill anybody. But like I said, having higher stat characters is going to help. We're going to stun Sentry. This prevents him from doing his special, which is great. And then as you guys see here, we're going to just start focusing everything. Focus everything on Sentry. The moment we get him about half health, Storm can basically clear him with her ult. So you want to do as much damage as you can to Sentry before we get to Storm's ult. So before that, though, we have to survive. So we throw the stun here to spread it. Sebastian Shaw is also the other issue, so hence why we have to kind of stick around this cluster. Now, other guys have stun kind of in the middle, so there's like a 5-character stun. I've tried that. It doesn't work. Sentry just ults and kills, and it did not work for me. So, again, this is the strategy that worked for my roster. So, I don't want to lead you guys astray here, but if you try a 5-center stun, maybe it'll work better. This is just a strategy, like I said, that worked for me. So, again, we're going to keep focusing our damage on Sentry. He's getting there. Jean Grey is going to use her ultimate here, which is massive. Just more negatives, more damage. Applies all this massive amounts of crazy stuff to them. We're going to throw the special horror on Sabretooth just so he doesn't use his bleeds on us. Because, again, we want to keep everybody healthy-ish. And then, yeah, Beast is very important here. We need to get to Beast's turn so he can apply the offense up. When he gets that offense up to Storm, oh, yeah, we're going to do the ability block here as well on Sentry, just in case he survives. The ability block probably is overkill, but we do it anyways just for funsies. Now, when we get to Storm's turn, she's going to ult, offense up, full charges, almost full charges, 18 I think it was. And yeah, basically clears the board, almost clears the board, but pretty damn close. And I was able to replicate this quite a few times. So then I figured, okay, this is gonna work. I can use this as footage, and this will help, hopefully give people some some guidances there. But hopefully you guys can see that there. Now, I know I've seen some of the other footages, like I said, where they kind of stun off in the center and they kind of spread it to everybody in the middle, including Daemon. But heck, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that because Storm can basically just nuke everybody down. The two problematic characters on this node is Sebastian Shaw and Sentry. And once we take care of Sentry, Sebastian Shaw's kind of like, he's kind of just he's a loner. He's a loner, and like I said, he can basically clear us with his ultimate. So look at that. He just clears us. So this is why it was so important. We stunned him at the start so that we can limit his turn space. And and then Sentry should just evaporate here. So again, very, very cool. Also, there was data mines as well, courtesy of Boyan, showing the echoes of Sentry. That's going to be coming back, so I'm pretty stoked about that. But we'll get some footage out for you guys when that does come. But other than that, like I said, you can just hit auto at this point. They're going to slowly take their time. And yeah, you can kind of just see here, this is why we want to leave Sebastian Shaw last. He has been a thorn to our side in so many different game modes. And it's no different here. They just amped up his damage, his stats, his health, and just everything, right? So hopefully you guys can see that there. And like I said, it's just absolutely bananas that you gotta take him out. He's too strong to be kept alive, and that's why we do it there, guys. So hopefully it makes sense. And like I said, you shouldn't have too much issues once you clear everybody else out with that ult. It's just about the timing, and it's just about making it to her turn. And when you do that correctly, you guys will probably be laughing and being like thinking, oh yeah, I can't believe this was such a hard node. Now it's easy. You just Storm just ults. So anyways, that is cell number 9 in a nutshell. Number 10 now is going to require a bit of luck. It's going to require probably some pain and some tears, but we are able to kind of get it done here, like I said, with a 4-piece team. Now, if you don't have Morph, Nightcrawler is a suitable 5th, but I highly recommend if you guys have access to Morph, get Morph, because he's going to cancel that speed manipulation, and he's going to make this team even stronger. But we are able to do it with Nightcrawler, because Nightcrawler was already built up for us, and we don't have Morph unlocked. So this works out great. So Nightcrawler takes the first turn here using that massive special, so he gives our team a little bit of jump in speed. You'll see that there. And then that's going to allow for Storm as well, actually, to basically use her ult. The ult's going to apply the slow. That's going to make our team faster. So that's where you guys see that here. And then on top of that as well, you kind of want to look around on the board, see who's got the taunts. And then you got to be careful here because, yeah, some of the problematic characters is Shadow King, Gambit, Captain Britain, Omega Red. So we got some work to do. And like I said, even though our Angel is only 2 stars, I feel like he does come in pretty massive here with the taunts and the damage. And of course as well, Wolverine's damage is nice. But we have lots of healer ISO 8s as well to kind of help give us a heals back. Now, what you want to do here is when you get to Jubilee's turn, you want to throw the stun here on Captain Britain if he's taunted. If he's not taunted, there's nothing you can do about it. You can just throw it on Jean. But we throw it on Captain Britain because he's really, really annoying. We want to just stun him so we don't have to worry about him. We'll go back in the center here, so this focuses damage on Shadow King and Gambit. Once we have, once we clear these taunts, we're going to basically go for Gambit and Shadow King. Because those two characters can be very, very dangerous because of all those pings that they keep doing to us. And it's very annoying. It's very infuriating that you can't get to them until we clear those taunts. And this is why Nightcrawler is so good. So Nightcrawler, he can use his ultimate here. This is going to clear the taunts. It's going to give our team a little jump up as well with the speed. And this is nice. Now we can kind of get through some of these characters. Now, what you want to do here is you want to throw the special on Gambit so that Jubilee is going to throw the assist and blind him. This is going to take care of problem number 1. And now we can worry about problem number 2, which is the Shadow King. Shadow King, you want to make sure, you know what? We take care of, we use the ult here on Captain Britain just because he's low. But yeah, you can do whatever. Just throw the special here. Get rid of him if you can. It doesn't matter. You don't have to go for him. But after, if you want, you can go for Captain Britain. It's fine. It's just when he stuns and all that stuff, it's annoying. So that's why I try to get rid of him here. But once you get rid of Captain Britain, go for Shadow King. But if you don't have Captain Britain, just go for Shadow King first. Captain Britain, you can probably worry about later and just keep stunning him. I've done several runs of it where you can kind of keep him permanently stunned because he is kind of slower. But anyways, so back to what I was saying here. Then we focus for Shadow King. Shadow King is a problem because sometimes the ability block from Storm doesn't work. So if he ends up using his special or his ultimate, it's really going to turn your day upside down. So this is the reason why we have to go after Shadow King. So again, we got some good damage here from Wolverine. Focus on Shadow King. Get some bleeds across if you can. And like I said, he kind of cleanses a lot of the negatives as well, which is super annoying, right? Super duper annoying. So focus on him if you can. And again, you'll see here, Gambit's got blind, which is great. Thanks to the assist from Jubilee, it kind of helps kind of reinforce some damage mitigation. And again, like I said, we're lucky there with the ability block, so we may not get lucky next time. But yeah, just focus down and keep Shadow King locked in. I don't know how Storm's ability block works. Sometimes it seems to work, sometimes it doesn't. So just assume it's not 100%. And then again, with the stun here, we tried to go for Emma Frost, but it actually ends up not working because her resistance is so high. So what I would recommend is if you're going to use a stun, use it on Captain Britain. Or maybe use it on Gambit or use it on Omega Red. But yeah, don't use it on Emma. Emma is just too strong. And I did have a little learning lesson here once I was going through the footage and realizing that. And I was like, oh yeah, I could have probably just aimed for somebody that actually mattered. So anyways, we keep going after Shadow King here because we don't want him taking another turn. Just in case, right? Just in case he uses that ult and then it's just going to turn our day upside down. See, there's the ability block. I don't know. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. I think it's a mutant, right? If it's on mutants. See, Gambit attacked there, and he didn't. I don't think he had the ability block, actually. I'm actually kind of thinking if he had it now. But anyways, he's blinded. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's blinded. So anyways, so Angel, you can use the basic there, and now we can start focusing our efforts on Gambit. Because, yeah, Gambit can also, if he unleashes his ultimate, he can strip everything and just rips all our positives off, right? So right here, it kind of sucks. We don't have a choice. We have to kind of target on the taunts here just because of the fact that Phoenix's passive kicked in. So there's nothing we can do about it. We kind of just have to focus our attention on Rogue. Ideally, we would like to keep Phoenix alive as long as possible just because it's annoying when she does her Phoenix drop. But it is kind of what it is here. And as you guys will see here on the drop, we kind of don't really have a choice. We kind of have to force our attack on her because the Rogue loses her taunt, which is kind of unfortunate, actually. So that kind of sucks there, but kind of is the way it is. So when Phoenix drops, then yeah, it kind of sucks a little bit because then what you want to do is you want to just focus on making sure that you can kill her off before she uses that ultimate. If she uses that ultimate, it's going to turn your entire battle the other way. So hence why we did not want her dropping, but you're going to have to just play it by ear and see how it goes. So we have the stun here, which is great. We're going to throw it on Omega Red. This is also going to reapply slows, and this is almost going to kill off Phoenix for us, which is also good. So yeah, that stun came in handy there. And like I said, just take care of her so she doesn't use that ult. If she's around, it's going to hurt. Now, I would focus on Gambit, but you know what? Quasar's low, so let's take out Quasar, so then he's just out of the picture. And then what you can do is, yeah, you can just kind of re-pivot, focus everything again on Gambit. He should be dead here. Yeah, it looks like he's going to bleed out anyways. But yeah, you're going to get some extra pings here from Storm's attack, which is also nice. I mean, I love Storm. So great, we got the ult. Throw the ult there, and then he's going to do an additional hit here on Rogue. Sweet. Everybody's kind of trickling down here, which is great. Unfortunately, we do lose our Angel finally, but it's okay because we're kind of down to the finest hour. We'll try to throw the blind here. I think he gets resisted. Yep, he gets resisted. And again, he gets the ability block. So ideally, I don't know if it's going to work out if the ability block doesn't work, but yeah, it's like I said, it's going to take some RNG. It might take some luck here. And if you have Morph is going to help re-solidify this team. We'll throw the special here. So yeah, see, again, Nightcrawler coming in clutch with that special. He's done so much for this battle. So this is great. Throw the special out there again, get some bleeds. Wolverine coming big here, striking down both these characters. And there you guys have it. So that's kind of it there. Leave Emma Frost last. She's kind of slow on her own, and she forces our characters to attack each other, which don't really do that much damage, I don't think, based on the fact that they're supposed to counter Professor Xavier. So they kind of do a little bit less damage to themselves. But kind of is the way it goes. And like I said, may take a little bit of timing, may take a bit of luck. We have quite a bit of time with this tower. So I would say, I think in about like 4 days or 3 days or something, I have to look at the command center. We should be able to get Morph unlocked free to play through the Loud and Proud event. So if you're having troubles and you can't get the Nightcrawler to work, I would say wait until you got Morph unlocked. That should help immensely. And yeah, it just sucks. I mean, you're going to have to bring some levels up on him, but it is kind of the way it goes. And if you want to get through Cell 10, this is just a shortcut to do it right now with a 4-piece Exalted. Other than that, guys, hopefully this helps you guys out. Let me know in the comments below if this helped you guys out or not. Other than that, appreciate you guys tuning in as always, and I will see you guys in the next one.